Hey everyone, on today's episode of HUBER'S, you can't be half a gangster. Now, my obsession with the Mafia probably goes all the way back to my old man, Mr. Paul Huber. Had an obsession with The Godfather, Scarface, Goodfellas. The best of the best would just get me sucked into this world of consiglieres and going to the mattresses. So unfortunately, it's come to my attention that Mafia 1, it has been discontinued. It is unavailable to download, to purchase anywhere. So the majority of this capture for this episode is just gonna have to be Mafia 2. First up is story. So in Mafia, okay? Now think Grand Theft Auto, but super serious and more mature. You know, and these games, it's all about the writing. These games are so well written, and they still hold up today. You know, when technology is outdated years, decades from now, the thing that will hold up and never age is good writing, and that is exactly what Mafia 1 and 2 have. So the story is so well written, there's these awesome characters you meet along the way, and, you know, Mafia 1 has... You get thrown into the mob, which I really love. It's kind of, you're a victim of circumstance, and then Mafia 2, you're a lot more willing to get into the mob, which I really appreciate. But the main thing is that it is an open world as a backdrop for the story, okay? So, to compare it to something like Witcher 3, Witcher 3 has these phenomenal side quests. They are the best in games. Bold statement, but it is seriously true. Some of the most well thought out, well written side quests I have ever played. But by the time that I finished The Witcher 3 after doing those side quests for 50 or 60 hours, the main storyline felt like it was on an island just off on the side, and it didn't have an impact. And it made everything else in the game feel even more important than the main story itself. Now, Mafia was always criticized because it had this huge open world, and critics said, oh, well, there's nothing to do, there's nothing to do. And I say good because it kept the main storyline focused. You are the main character in those games. You are Tommy, you are Vito, and you are doing the mission that you are on. You are robbing a bank, you're going to the safe house. You're driving a cab and taking your fare to the location. You're not going off into the woods looking for hidden packages. You're not knocking on random people's doors saying, do you have a side quest for me? You are doing the main mission throughout the entire game, focused and deliberate. Next up is variety, and this ties back into the open world structure and not having all of these side quests. And damn your radio towers, Ubisoft, we don't need them! Each of these missions is so varied. There's no filler, there's no fat. Everything you do is important. It's all about that slow build, that slow burn. In Mafia 2, you really feel the walls closing in. You feel like you don't have any cash, you need to get out of debt, you just got out of the war, you need to make something of yourself, and what do? You join the mob, you start making hard decisions, and you just go for it. Mafia 1, same thing. You're in danger, who do you turn to? You turn to the mob for protection. These missions feel like classic Mafia lore, like Godfather, like, you know, the book Gangster, like Goodfellas. All these classic tales you can live out in these games. So I hate to compare these games to GTA, but there are just so many more memorable moments in these games that I just never forget. And it's because of the mission variety. It's because I'm not wasting my time as CJ on the beach doing bench presses to get a bigger body. So these missions, it's like you're taking the Don to the shop to get some cannolis, rival gang shows up because they're ordered to hit on him, you gotta defend him, they got Tommy guns everywhere. Another mission, you're looking for the rat, and he's at the airport under witness protection. Something about killing rats that are under witness protection It's been really satisfying about that. Mafia 2, you got a tale that spans decades. You got the army, you got jail, you got the stamps that you need to steal. It's all about that slow build. Just every single mission feels impactful. Next up, realism. These games are very grounded. They are so serious, which I love. It is not, you know, GTA or Saints Row or Prototype where you go, or Infamous even, where you go out and you're killing a billion people. It's like in Mafia 1, if you're speeding, the cops will give you a ticket. You have to limit your speed when you are driving on the road. That is a bold move by these developers, forcing gamers to take it slow. Oh my god, I love that. That's balls right there. Mafia 2, you can speed, but I mean, if you're causing chaos, you know, if you're ramming into other cars, the cops will pull you over, fine you on the street right there, 50 bucks. Fined. And just that translates to the story as well. The story is so real. Everything about it. I mean, you are this character. You gotta just open your mind, you know. Put yourself in these characters' shoes and you will be mesmerized. You will feel the paranoia of the FBI, of the rival mob bosses, of your best friend. You will feel the thirst for power and money in Mafia 1 and 2. Which brings us finally to Mafia 3. 2002 was Mafia 1, 2010 was Mafia 2. Here we are in 2015. They're taking their time. They do not have one thing though. They do not have the creative director of Mafia 1 and 2. He has now gone on to Kingdom Come Deliverance, a successful kickstarted medieval game. So it's gonna be interesting to see where 2K takes this franchise. You know, I'm just hoping that this is not a Max Payne 3 situation. Now, no disrespect to Max Payne 3. Rockstar took it over from Remedy, but Max Payne 1 and 2 go so well together, okay? And that's the same with Mafia 1 and 2. I'm not gonna give away spoilers. I slightly did a few episodes back. I didn't reveal how they were connected, but Mafia 1 and 2 are connected. Max Payne 3, you know, years later after 2 came out, Sam Lake was not involved, just felt off. It just felt different. So with Mafia 3, I'm just hoping that it all ties back into 1 and 2. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't add radio towers. Don't start adding all these side quests just because a few crazy close-minded critics said there's not enough to do in these games. Stick to your guns, stick to your roots. Write that beautiful masterpiece of a story and let me join the mob. So that's it, the Mafia, man. It's like the Old West. It's just this magical, hyped up time period, hyped up organization. They killed people, but we always hear that they only killed for a reason and they killed bad people. They're sketch as hell, but for some reason I'm fascinated with them. You know, Boardwalk Empire, clearly my favorite show of all time. Sorry, Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones. I'm not saying it's the best show, I'm just saying it's my favorite, and that's because of one reason, this man right here, Richard Harrow. I want Richard Harrow in Mafia 3. That's my wish. Mafia 3 DLC, The Return of Harrow. So in conclusion, Mafia, it's got realism, it's got a beautiful, serious story that spans decades, and there's just so much variety, and there's so much heart and soul in these games, and attention to detail. Everything matters. There's not a wasted breath or a wasted movement in the entire franchise. 3 is right around the corner, cannot control the hype. I'm ready. GamesCom, bring it! So I'm back from China. It has been a long time. It feels like years. My search for Lon D was as futile as Ryo Hazuki's. Did not find him. Did not find Lucky Hit. Did play Mahjong in a backdoor shady alley for a little bit. That was fun. Didn't know what the hell I was doing. But in the meantime, there were a ton of comments while I was gone. So we are going to go over some of those. Starting with the God of War episode, the Kizaru. Huber, would you want Kratos back for God of War 4? You know, I would want him back, but I would want them to do like they did in Prototype 2, where he's the villain and you play as another character looking for revenge, trying to hunt him down and kill him for everything he's done wrong, which is quite a bit. Sweet Cheeks Magoo, I love how Kevin Sorbo voiced Hercules. Kevin Sorbo voiced Hercules? Bob Hope's Fart. This was for the Environments episode. Persona 4. Inaba. Next up, Giru017, Tisk Huber. How could you forget about laboratories and space stations? No love for sci-fi? Portal 1 and 2. Cirrus Space Colony in Super Metroid. I'm talking about that futuristic comfort. But most shocking of all, the omission of cathedrals. For shame! Temple of Time in Zelda, Muldoon Cathedral in FF Tactics, Silence Cathedral in Legacy and Kain, and Old Yharnam and Grand Cathedral in Bloodborne are just a few of these epic locations that assure memorable moments. I did mention Bloodborne, and also I've gone on record numerous times with Zelda Master Bradley Ellis saying, the Temple of Time in Twilight Princess is my #1 dungeon. Next up, Blue Pill, USG Ishimura, safest workplace ever, and the Zone from Stalker series. USG Ishimura, good call, forgot about that one. That is what made Dead Space 1 the best. 2, good, you can't top the Ishimura, I'm sorry. Circa 84, Super Mario Sunshine is filled with levels that are straight up jolly. Playing it feels like going on a tropical vacation. Especially love the sunset on Serena Beach. Super Mario Sunshine, always getting the shaft. Super Mario Sunshine is better than 95% of video games. David Ragoon, what about Far Cry environments? Far Cry 1, I'll give it to you. Far Cry 2, man, kind of a Fallout 3 situation, like the African, just the brown. I think of Far Cry 2 and I just think brown everywhere. Star Eric, the only comment I read from China this touched my heart. I had internet in Shanghai only. Star Wars episode, hire John Williams for the music. Only he can do it right. Well said. John Williams only for any Star Wars game ever. When he goes, there will be no more Star Wars games or movies, period. It's done. Next up, Spiky Hamez. What's your perspective on No More Heroes lightsaber beam katana combat, Huber? Loved it. Loved it. 10 out of 10 with the Wiimote. You know, Twilight Princess and No More Heroes. Best use of the Wiimote. Correction, beam sword katana, apparently, Brad Ellis said I said Twilight Princess, I meant Skyward Sword. Girahim fight, 10 out of 10. Next up, Lu Chao. Let's get a Boba Fett spin-off by Platinum Games. That would be out of control. Out of control. Like Star Wars 1313, but just with nanomachines, son. That's it for the show. I've missed all of you. I love all of you. I could not wait to get back here and spew unadulterated hype all over the place. I am at Michael P. Huber. If you love the Mafia, you let me know in the comments or on Twitter. If you love these games, let me know. Underrated gems. Mafia 3, cannot wait to see what they are going to do. This trailer is going to be freaking amazing. Every time one of these games come out, the graphics are so far ahead. It's going to be a huge tech jump. Cannot wait. See you next time. Time for Huber's Scoop! Episode 4 just came out, which I have yet to play, but I have only heard good things because each episode has gotten better than the last. Life is Strange. Finale is episode 5. It's coming soon. Do yourself a favor and please play these games, for they are better than anything Telltale has ever done. Mark my words. See for yourself. Life is Strange. Get in this freaking game. Go now. Go play it. Download. Be ready for the finale.